Hi, and welcome to my channel, Hopewell Stories. Today's video is how this black woman suddenly inherited millions and it totally changed her life. Tasha Morgan had never thought about money much. At 19, she was just trying to get through college, work her part-time job at the bookstore, and keep up with her little brother. Life wasn't easy. Her mom had passed away when she was 14, and since then, it had been her and her younger brother Marcus bouncing between family members and sometimes even foster care. Now they lived in a small apartment in Atlanta. Tasha worked hard, studied harder, and tried not to complain. She dreamed of becoming a nurse one day. But right now, survival came first. One rainy Thursday afternoon, Tasha got a call from a number she didn't recognize. "Hello," she said, wiping rain off her face as she walked home from class. "Is this Miss Tasha Morgan?" "Yes, that's me. My name is Mr. Carter. I'm an attorney with Whitmore and Fields. I believe we have some important news for you." Tasha frowned. "Me? What kind of news?" "Well," Mr. Carter said carefully, "you've come into an inheritance." There was a pause. "From who?" Tasha asked, confused. "A relative by the name of Clara Bell." The name meant nothing to her. "I don't know anyone named Clara Bell." Mr. Carter cleared his throat. "She was your grandmother on your father's side." That stopped Tasha in her tracks. "My dad's mom? But my dad never talked about her. He said she didn't want anything to do with us." "Well," Mr. Carter replied, "she clearly changed her mind. Miss Bell recently passed away, and in her will, she left everything to you." "Everything?" Tasha repeated. "Yes, her estate includes several properties, stocks, and a large sum of money, totaling around $7 million. Tasha almost dropped her phone. "7 million, she whispered. "That's correct." Her heart pounded. She leaned against a streetlight, trying to make sense of what she was hearing. "But why me?" she asked. "Why not my dad? She specifically named you in the will. You're the sole heir." 2 weeks later, Tasha sat across from Mr. Carter in his fancy office. She still couldn't believe it. She wore jeans and a hoodie while everyone else was dressed in suits. But no one cared. They all looked at her like she was royalty. "You'll need to sign these papers to finalize the transfer," Mr. Carter said, sliding a stack of documents toward her. Tasha picked up the pen, but hesitated. "What happens now?" He smiled gently. "Now, you decide how to live your life." At first, Tasha didn't tell anyone, not even Marcus. She was scared. Scared someone would take it away. Scared she'd mess it up. Scared she'd change. But after a few days, she told Marcus. He stared at her like she was joking. "You're serious?" he asked, eyes wide. "I'm serious," she said, handing him the letter from the lawyer. Marcus read it slowly, then looked up at her. "So we're rich?" Tasha shrugged. "I guess so." They sat on the couch, staring at each other, neither knowing what to say. Later that night, Marcus whispered, "Does this mean I don't have to worry about college costs anymore?" Tasha smiled. "No, you don't have to worry about anything." The first thing Tasha did was move them into a nicer apartment, not super fancy, but safe, clean, and close to their school. Then she started thinking about the future. She hired a financial advisor, someone to help her manage the money so she wouldn't lose it all. She opened savings accounts for herself and Marcus. She donated to organizations that helped kids in foster care. She paid off debts for people she loved. And she kept going to school. But life didn't stay the same. Suddenly, people she hadn't heard from in years were texting her again. Old friends wanted to hang out. Distant relatives showed up at her door. Even her father, who had disappeared years ago, reached out. Tasha didn't know how to handle it all. "Just be careful," her best friend Kayla warned. "People are gonna try to use you." "I know," Tasha said, "but I don't want to become cold because of money." "You don't have to," Kayla said. "Just remember who you were before all this." 6 months after inheriting the money, Tasha decided to start a foundation called Hope for Tomorrow. Its goal was to support young people aging out of foster care, helping them go to college or find jobs. She hired staff, partnered with local schools, and gave speeches at community centers. "I know what it's like to feel invisible," she said during one speech. "To feel like nobody cares. Well, I care. And I want to help others like me. The response was overwhelming. Kids wrote her letters. Parents thanked her. News outlets covered her story. Soon she was on TV, talking about giving back instead of spending lavishly. Some people think rich means luxury cars and big houses, she said in an interview. But to me, being rich means having the power to change lives. Despite all the attention, Tasha stayed grounded. She still went to class, still cooked dinner for Marcus most nights, still walked to the corner store when she needed snacks. But there were changes. She bought Marcus a new laptop for school. She took him on a trip to California over spring break. She got therapy to deal with old trauma and learn how to handle the pressure. And yes, she treated herself sometimes. A nice dress here and there, a spa day, concert tickets with Kayla. But the core of who she was didn't change. A year later, she stood outside a building in downtown Atlanta, the new home of Hope for Tomorrow. It was a real office now, with staff and interns. Kids came in every day looking for guidance, hope, and a second chance. Marcus, now 16, stood beside her. "This is amazing," he said. Tasha smiled. "We did good." He nodded. "You did great." "No," she corrected. "We did it together." Sometimes Tasha still pinched herself. Was this really her life? She remembered the girl who used to sleep in shelters, who worried about making rent, who cried herself to sleep, wondering if her brother would be taken away. That girl was gone. In her place stood a woman with purpose, power, and a plan. Money hadn't changed her soul. It had given her the tools to build something better, and she was only getting started. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next video. Bye.